Hey guys, it's Tessa Blanchard and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia and I would like to welcome you to my interview with the diamond, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
Hey Alicia, good to be
Hello.
back.
So good to have you back. We are here in Canada, actually Windsor, for the Impact taping. So, of course, you're kicking ass and taking names as per usual. How's it feel to be back?
Oh, it feels good. It's been a busy few days, but it's good. It's good to have you here with us too.
Thank you.
It's been great. I love working with Impact.
Yeah, well, it's so cool because as soon as you had that debut, I mean, I remember watching. It's like Tessa is on. Like you hear the music and you're like, oh my gosh, I know who's coming out. So for you, that moment, kind of doing things with them now, what was the original? I guess your response to it all.
I wasn't sure how it would be in Canada because we were in Orlando last time that we did tapings, but it was cool. The crowd was absolutely electric, so welcoming. All the girls, all the knockouts kicked ass, and it's been a great few days. It's good to be back with them. It's such a welcoming environment.
Yeah.
I love it here.
It's just like as soon as you walk into the dressing room, it's just friends everywhere you look. So I mean, having that camaraderie too is amazing.
Yeah, all the women, the locker room is very special. Everyone wants the best for each other. Everyone wants to help each other and lift each other up and see each other do well. So it's great.
Well, I have to say that you're looking incredible. It's like every time I'm scrolling through my feed, I see another gym photograph, and it like really makes me just want to bust my ass more because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's in there again. It's like, is that the place you spend the most time, the gym?
I think so because people ask me, like, what do you do when you're home? Because I've been on the road a lot lately.
I remember we talked about that.
Yeah. But when I'm home, I literally eat and I train and I gym.
Yeah.
And I love it because that's what keeps me focused. Because if I get people say that I overwork myself sometimes, and I could probably take like a rest day or like relax a little bit, but I think that's what pushes me and what motivates me and keeps me focused, keeps my mental strength, like going to the gym. I don't know. Everyone has their thing. I think that's my thing.
And have you always had that drive since the very start, or did that come a little bit later?
I think just because I put a lot of pressure on myself because of my family name, and I want to live up to it, and I always want to do my dad and my grandpa and my stepdad proud. So I want to be the best. And I've always been like that. No matter what I do, I want to be the best at it. Whether it's waiting tables or professional wrestling or fitness, or I want to be the best at it. And so I think that I do definitely put that extra pressure on myself. But I could benefit from a rest day here and there.
It's working out for you, so why not? I guess pressure's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, you posted something that I really liked, and it's not always easy to break up with self-doubt and lack of confidence to realizing you can learn and develop trust within yourself. So for me, there are so many times where I have those moments of doubt and you just feel like crumbling and nothing's going to get better, and it happens more than I feel people would like to admit. So when you're in that kind of rut, how do you get through it aside from going to the gym?
I always say that sometimes I have to have like these little pep talks with myself because we all struggle with self-doubt or insecurities, or we all have whatever we struggle with. It doesn't make me special or anything that I struggle with this, that, or a third, but I think that it's important to have the mental strength and always be able to take a step back and say, I got this, always be in control, because sometimes I'll push myself so hard where I feel like I'm running in a million different directions, and I'm like, whew, let me just take a step back. Tessa, you got this. You're
Relax.
in control. God never gives us more than we can't handle. So I always try to keep that in mind. And everything happens for a reason. All the right people are in your life for the right reasons at the right time. I always tell myself that. So no matter how things are going to play out, it's already been written. So
just
live.
With the journey.
Just live. If it's
wave.
out of your control, don't worry about it.
Okay. That's such a great way to look at things.
Mindset is everything. I honestly believe that. If you can change the way you think about something, then you can get through any situation, any circumstance. Change the way you think and you can change your situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
That's honestly how I think.
No, I can tell. Like, you're so passionate when you talk about it. It's like it's something that you live by. Well, some of my favorite matches of yours happen to be the intergender ones. Two of my favorites being with Dave Christ and then Brian Cage, both of them happen to be here tonight, which is awesome. But for you, what's another ass you'd love to kick that happens to be a man's?
Well, going back to those matches, Dave Christ and Brian Cage are two of the best people I've ever met. Just good freaking people. And I was so excited to wrestle them because they're some of my best friends also. So I was super excited for that. Two of my most favorite matches. I really wanted to wrestle AR Fox for the longest time, and that just happened. But intergender-wise, who? Ricky Shane Page. I really want to wrestle Ricky Shane Page. That's one that I really, really want to wrestle. And him and I have like gone back and forth on Twitter about it a few times, and like in the locker room, like we've joked about it. But
Just
I honestly,
some banter.
I really do want to wrestle Ricky Shane
He's
Page.
awesome.
He's great.
What is it about him that kind of makes you want to do
He's great.
that?
We, at Midnight After Mania, a Wrestle Circus and Pro Wrestling Revolver show, we had a scramble match, and it ended up being like at like 2 or 3 in the morning that we wrestled. But we had one little sequence in this match, and it was just so fluid, so awesome. I was like, I want to work you. He probably thinks I'm so weird now, but I'm like, oh, I want to work you.
That's awesome. Well, when we last spoke, I pretty much only introduced you as the Diamond, but now you are the undeniable Tessa Blanchard. As when was the first time you were coined that, or how did that kind of come into play?
It's a funny story, actually. So when I got into wrestling, I didn't tell my family about it. I lived on my own for a year. We had like some family problems and personal issues going on, but I decided to get into wrestling. That's another story, but I decided to get into wrestling. And where I was training at the time, Cedric Alexander, Caleb Conley, George South, they were all the people like teaching me, helping me. And I remember being in training one day, and Michael Bacucchio, the guy who owns High Spots, he was like, Tessa, come talk to me for a second. So I got out of the ring, and I was very new still, maybe like a month in,
Oh, wow.
maybe a little bit more than a month. But he pulled me out of the ring, and he was like, Tessa, you can't train here anymore. And I was like, why? He was like, oh, I know your dad, and if they don't know that you're training to wrestle, like, I don't want them to think we're hiding things from him. And so it was like a very weird conversation. I was like, no, like, please stop. Like, don't worry about it. I'll handle it. I'll handle it. Don't worry. I'll handle it. So I remember calling my stepdad and telling him, like, hey, I'm training to wrestle. And they lived like 20, 25 minutes away. So I was like, I'd love if you came and checked out training.
Yeah.
And Cedric is I'm so comfortable in the ring with him. I trust him more than I trust myself in the ring, I think. He's like, him and Caleb are like two people where I'm like, I trust you with everything. I'll try anything. Like, I just working with them, I trust them so much. But I remember calling my dad. I was like, you guys are 20, 25 minutes away. Like, I'd love if you came up training. And he was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And so the next Tuesday rolled around, they didn't show up. And the Tuesday after that, they did come. I saw my dad and my little brother come in. And I remember I was in the ring with Cedric, and I was like, all right, let's do our thing. Let's do it. Let's kill it. And Cedric and I are just doing our drills, doing our spots. And I was so excited. Afterwards, my stepdad, I remember him rolling up to the turnbuckle. I remember it like it was yesterday. And he was like, all right, you're not good, but you have it. He was like, now you have to go out there and you have to become undeniable. Okay. And that always stuck with me. Wow. Always stuck with me. So that's where that kind of came from.
Gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because with certain nicknames, you don't know if there's like a really beautiful and fun story to it, or if it's just like, hey, you know what? I am pretty undeniable. Let's just go with it. So the fact that there's actually that story behind it, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, earlier today we saw you rocking the blue Tims. Blue Timberlands in the ring. So for you, is the collection still growing?
Girl. Girl.
One word says it all.
Girl. Oh my gosh, my shoe addiction, it's almost up to par with Moose's right now.
Oh, and his is like insane.
He was my roommate.
How you had to like,
we had a shoe room
his shoes.
everywhere. Shoes everywhere. We did trivia earlier, and one of the questions was like, who collects shoes or something in Impact Wrestling, and they did multiple choice, and Moose was one. I was like, I already know this. It's Moose. So yeah, we're getting up there. It's a little bit of a problem right now. Sanjay and I were talking about my Timbs because I love Timberlands, and they make high heels, and I have every single one of them.
I remember last time we had a couple. I was like, let's just see how far she's gone. And
I can't pack them all because I'd have to bring like a whole different
suitcases. Yeah.
Oh
my gosh. Best color. Which one to rock?
I love the blue ones, but I got hot pink ones, and I have like these burgundy ones.
Oh my gosh.
See, now you're making me choose one. It's just difficult.
Don't worry. Just get that extra suitcase and pack them all.
Maybe the baby blue ones.
Okay. Final answer.
Baby blue.
Well, just wrap things up. I do want to leave it with the fans who will be watching. Anything you want to say to all of them?
Honestly, I'm so blessed for where I am right now in my career and for all the fans, because without the fans, none of it would be possible. So I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful. I always have to take a step back and remind myself to stay grounded and be grateful. Remember the people that helped me get to where I am, that will help me get to where I'm going, and where I started. It's very important to remember those things.
It's been so cool to be a part of this journey too. 'Cause I feel like I've been
I
seeing
know.
so much of
I
you,
know.
and like that's not gonna stop anytime soon.
I love it.
Congrats on everything.
Thank you so much, Alicia.
You're welcome. And remember to everybody viewing, you can visit us at aliciatoot.com for all exclusive interviews and features. See ya.